Hey, Prometheus.
Oh, really? Really? You know you're not a lap dog, right?
Okay. So a couple of weeks ago, actually I guess it would have been a few months ago now, we went ahead and ordered some genetic tests for the dogs. We were really curious about Dexter just because he's getting older and we want to make sure that we kind of kept tabs on any health issues that he might have. And this guy, we were super curious. Oh, would you calm down? Okay. We were really super curious about what kind of dog he actually is. We knew that he's a border collie, but long story short, the tests finally came back in. Chelsea and I sat down and had a look at the results. That's what this video is. I know it's not normal content that you find on this channel, but fact is I just want to make more content more often, and this is an example of it. So this is just us sitting down and actually going over the test results and our reactions to them, basically. So while Prometheus decides that he is in fact a lapdog, why don't we get back to what Chelsea and I thought of the results. I'll catch you guys after the video.
Oh, he's a big handsome boy.
I'm also very aware that I speak like an idiot to my dogs. Deal with it. You stinker. Who should we look at first?
Dexter.
Dexter?
Dexter, come here, handsome boy. Oh, you're such a handsome boy. Yes, you are. And you know how to stay still and behave. No, you big handsome fella. All right. So, any predictions with him?
Well, I'd say some Karen, because he definitely has some of that. I think he has some Westie.
Yeah.
I'm not
Those
sure
are my
what else.
big guesses. I don't know what else he would be. But I
He's
won't be
definitely-
surprised if he's got more, for sure.
Right. Yeah, he's just
But I'm
definitely not
expecting to see those
purebred of
two.
either of those.
Yeah. Okay. Come on, man. 12 breeds detected.
And 3 in him.
And 3 in his. What?
Not thrilled.
12 breeds? You fucking mutt.
more so than
All right,
Dex.
let's look at Dexter's. Huzzah!
Let's see what's going on inside you. You're more Westie! What?
He's
And a 1%.
73% Westie, 26% Cairn Terrier, which we totally suspected, though we would have thought it was the other way around. And how'd you get some Chihuahua in you? Huh? How in the world? There's one genetic condition that we need to look at.
As if. What? Chihuahua.
So his parents would have been a full Westie, likely a full Westie, and then Cairn Terrier Westie mix.
Yeah.
He definitely doesn't have Chihuahua anytime recently. That's what they're
Right.
saying, which would make sense with being 1%. So health. Dun dun dun. Craniomandibular. So that's something to do with his mouth. Also known as lion's jaw, is a disorder where the skull and jaw bones show swelling and thickening, causing pain, drooling, and difficulties in eating.
Oh.
He's got 1 copy of variant for this condition. Dexter may show the first signs of this condition aged 4 to 7 months. However, please note this mutation is a risk factor, and some dogs with 1 and even 2 copies of this mutation may not go to show signs of the disease. If affected, his skull bones and especially jawbone may seem enlarged due to swelling and thickening. So it doesn't seem like you have any issues there, bud.
Yeah, he's good with
Yeah.
his teeth cleaning and stuff. So.
Dex is, probably 15.
Yeah.
We anticipate at least 15 this year, possibly older, but that's what we know of from the first
rabies tag that he had and all that kind of stuff. Cool. All right. And then what do they have under traits?
Coat color gene, so fawn.
Cream to red coat. What's that stripe down his back?
That's more like a ginger, so it would be probably the red. He gets more. He's lighter and more white in the winter, and then in the summer, the backs of his ears and all the way down gets really red.
Short fur that's either straight or wiry. Yeah.
Except for his bum that gets curly.
It's unlikely that he's hairless.
Are you hairless?
No, we didn't know this one, that's for sure.
Most likely.
The vacuum cleaner knows quite well.
Furnishings.
Okay, I'm going to go back up and actually look at these. So what's fawn?
I was going to say, I think that's, the light.
Fawn is the most common red coat patterns. It's possible for a coat with a red base and dark-tipped hairs, often darkest over the forehead, ears, spine, and tail. Here, can I see? Can I see for a second? Oh, there we go. That's what happens. It doesn't show up as much once his hair grows out some, but when he's had a haircut recently, he looks like a inverted skunk. And then dominant black. So one of his parents must have had that, but he does not show that or exhibit that, eh, bud? You're just loving the attention right now, huh? All right. And it's unlikely that he's hairless. Well, that's a relief. And then furnishings. Furnishing variety causes a fuzzy beard, mustache, and eyebrows, and is located. Okay, yeah. So again, he's had a haircut recently, so this has all been kind of cut away. They do a good job of cleaning him up, but it becomes a mess in there.
A fuzzy beard, and
mustache.
eyebrows.
And the eyebrows for sure. Yeah. All right. Yeah, that explains that. Okay. We can look at the 12 breeds detected in Prometheus.
Oh my gosh. He might shed a little
Well,
bit.
Your shirt and the vacuum cleaner are very, very aware of it. Okay, so we're going to just look at Prometheus's without him here. It won't work if we have him here. But
it'll be like trying to open mail in front of him. It's just
right.
Too much excitement.
So he is 57% border collie. So there we go. And 13% collie. That we kind of expected.
Yeah.
I wasn't expecting 13 or 12 breeds. That is a surprise. We could tell, though, that he wasn't pure border collie because
for sure.
of his size, if for no other reason. Everything else about him screams border collie to me from what I know, other than he's clearly almost all black, which is not entirely uncommon, but it's not the most common skin pattern or coat patterns. Ooh, we have 0 risks. So we were worried about a particular genetic trait that border collies are susceptible to and some of the other herding dogs that affects the medications that they can take. But we're good there, it looks like. He does do again, it's just things that I pick up on because I want to be able to explain things, but he does the pointer move quite often. Of course, he doesn't hold, which to my understanding, it becomes more natural for them to hold. I don't know how much of that needs to be trained, but he does pick up one leg and stick his nose out towards stuff quite often, which is kind of funny. German Shepherd, I for whatever reason, I wouldn't have thought that, but that 6%. Explains his extra potential. Because I jokingly kept saying like it'll be mostly border collie and then some Great Dane, just because he's so big. Makes sense though, but collies are also bigger than border collies, like taller. Right, like natural collies, they're not necessarily heavier, but they are taller than usually than border collies. So
57% border collie, 13% collie, 6% German Shepherd, and 5% white Swiss Shepherd.
81% herding. So he does come from a herding family, series of dogs that had been bred specifically for actual work on a ranch up in Williams Lake. That makes a lot of sense, but it looks like both his mama and daddy were collie mixes. Okay, let's just see though. Oh Oh man, those things, huh? They are massive. That I bet that's Dad's side. Because dad, well, we didn't really meet Mom. We only saw pictures, but Dad was almost all black. He had more white than Prometheus has, but he wasn't as tall as Prometheus is, but he was built.
Yeah.
He was a thick boy, and not fat, just built. He's right in the top of the bell curve for how much mix that he has in him. That's probably why we're not seeing a lot of those bad characteristics for health. I think the border collie syndrome things that they were talking about are probably more susceptible when it's more purebred border collies, the ones that are done for shows and stuff. I don't think you would keep breeding those kinds of dogs if you're actually using them for work, because they wouldn't be the ones that you want to keep breeding. They die quicker if you didn't get genetic testing and find out that the medications they shouldn't be taking, that kind of thing. So German Shepherd is pretty far down. So he's got a tiny bit of German Shepherd. That's too cool, though. And I know these are just hypothesizing, like based on statistical evidence, like what they think it is mostly made out of. But all right, so health. Let's just see if there's anything. It said no risks, but is all clear for 29 genetic conditions that could impact his early vet visits. This is the MDR1 was the one. Oh. It's usually found in all the breeds that make up his big one. And then we performed an additional 181 tests, and they're all clear. The thing that I'm kind of happy about here, though, is that there's not a lot of overlap. I was kind of worried that I'd screwed up the... Oh, no, it was Dexter's that I was worried about because I found the one black hair on it. Yeah. So if Dexter's came back with like a bit of border collie or something, I'd have been like, well, that's clearly not the case. And it's because I screwed up the test a little bit. But, okay. And now traits. Dominant black, apparently. Chocolate. Black features, likely chocolate possible. And tan points. He does have one. He's got the smallest little bits of white on him, and that's it. So also has the saddle tan thing. Long hair.
Can confirm.
Yep, we can confirm that. He has wings, basically. Reduced shedding.
No. No, he's not a low shedder. Any floor in this house will tell you otherwise.
We have I could vacuum every day, and the small vacuum cleaner that has a little thing on it, probably about that big, I could probably fill that up every 2 days with just the fur that he produces. He leaves laying around. I'm gonna vacuum later now that so his ideal weight range is up to 71 pounds. Oh shit! Did I not scroll down this far for Dexter? I'm gonna go back to his in a minute. Head shape: Prometheus's genes for an average to long snout, which has brown or amber eyes. What color are his eyes?
They're brown.
They are brown. Floppy ears.
On occasion.
And partially floppy are more likely. Yeah.
Some great control over them as well.
We analyzed 7 separate genes in Prometheus's DNA and ran the results through an algorithm to determine his ideal weight range. That is not it's a 30-pound difference. But, okay, let's take a look at Dexter's again just to see what I didn't scroll down for. So his ideal weight range is up to 23 pounds.
Okay.
And what were we measuring Dex at recently? I think it was like 13 or 14 pounds.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So he's really good. And since we got him on the raw diet, a little, like he's had some health issues, and we were actually recommended to put him on a raw diet, which, from everything we know, it's not something you should jump into and just start doing. We actually had an issue when we silly tried to do that with the other cats, because Secret's also on a raw diet because she has lots of allergies to a lot of the pre-manufactured food, probably because I moved around the world so much with her and changed her food so often is the consensus from the vets. So then we tried to put the cats on the other two, Marlowe and Rocket.
Marlowe did not recognize it as food.
Marlowe actually almost died because he stopped eating completely, and it was just a big stupid move on my part. But anyway, he's good now.
And Dexter too. He's not nearly as itchy or like doesn't run as hot, and even just like the oils in that help him. Yeah. And then we also supplement.
Exactly. Yeah. So he gets fish oil and stuff on the side to help with his back legs and to help with his coat and stuff. And then he's on a raw diet where he eats a good chunk of raw food once a day. And ever since then, his weight has stabilized and he's had lots of energy for everything that we need him to do. Still hikes up mountains and everything. He's getting old, and we're starting to notice little signs that he's slowing down a little bit. But that could also be because before he didn't have anyone to give him the business, and now Prometheus just does it a little too often probably. He's likely brown or amber eyes, which is a brown, right?
Mm-hmm. More upright or prick ears.
Yep.
Yes.
And short legs. Dexter's basically the size that Prometheus was when we got him at 6 weeks. That's crazy. And we can definitely send, luckily there's no real health concerns except for that one, but it doesn't seem to have manifested itself for him, but we can definitely still pass that on to the vet and let them know. This was the thing we were really curious about. And I'm actually, when I saw 12 breeds, I was like, oh, because my dream, and it wouldn't change anything. We love the guy, but my dream was always to have a border collie, so I would have been a bit gutted. You know, he was only 6% border collie.
Yeah.
Or something.
A whole bunch of everything else.
Right? It just means that I would have had to get another dog that's actually a border collie. But so when I saw 12 breeds, I was kind of like, oh, uh-oh, what are we going to do here? But in the grand scheme of things, I'm actually really happy that he's got such a wide range of breed characteristics, because it makes sense when you think about where he's come from. They weren't bred to be border collies, they were bred to be work dogs. Mm-hmm. And so you're going to pick the healthiest ones among the group, and they're on a ranch where they run free, so it's a lot harder to control what dog your dog is actually breeding with. So it makes sense. Also, the kind of guard and hound dogs, that area there's lots of hunting that happens up there, and ranches notoriously have guard dogs on them as well. And then the fact that there's that many with hybrid vigor, I'm content with that. I'm really happy that he does. And that's probably why when we're looking at the health, they're like, yeah, no, he's all clear. Because it allows the genes to kind of select the best from everything.
Well, those were the results of the WisdomPanel DNA test that we had done for Dexter and Prometheus. I hope you guys enjoyed that video. This is the reason why we couldn't have Prometheus in the room with us while we do it, because when one of us is in here, he gets this excited. When both of us and Dexter are in here, he's absolutely gone. So, oh, he's a big boy. And yeah, big boy indeed. As you guys saw, he's currently a little over 50 pounds, so we'll see how big he actually gets. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. If you like the content that you're seeing on the channel, whether it's this stuff or the motorcycle stuff or whatever it is, be sure to hit like and subscribe. Whatever it is that you think about it, give me a comment below, and I'm really, really excited to hear from you guys. And until the next video, ride safe and ride fun. I'll see you then.